Good morning, students. Today we will start with a poem that is Animals from the book First Flight. This poem is written by Walt Whitman. Walt Whitman was an American poet. He was born on 31st May 1819 in New York and he died on 26th March 1892. Leaves of Grass, O Captain, My Captain, and Song of Myself are some of his great works. This poem has been taken from his compilation Song of Myself that was published in Leaves of Grass. So now, what is this poem all about? Actually, in this poem, the poet prefers to be an animal rather to be a man, human being. What he says that human beings have lost their values and they are no longer happier, and all these qualities are taken by animals. So now how he makes a comparison with animals and how he feels that how satisfied they are, that is all given in this poem. So let's read and find. Now the first stanza is, I think I could turn and live with animals. They are so placid and self-contained. I stand and look at them long and long. So now what the poet starts, what he says, that I think I could turn and live with animals. Now what he says, he wants to be an animal rather than a human being. And he says he wants to change his place. He wants to be converted into an animal from a human being. He wants to leave the company of men and start living with animals. Animals are so calm. Placid is calm and self-contained is self-satisfied. They are so calm and self-satisfied. He is so much impressed with animals that he stands and goes on looking at them for a long time. So this is the explanation of the first line, first two lines. Now the second stanza is, they do not sweat and whine about their condition. They do not lie awake in dark and weep for their sins. They do not make me sick discussing their duty to God. So now what he wants to say, that animals never sweat unnecessarily. They never do any extra hard work and make themselves feel tired. Nor they cry over their miserable condition, and never do they cry like human beings or their miserable condition, that they are poor, they are not having this and that. They never cry. They never complain. Whine is complain. They enjoy full sleep at night. They enjoy full sleep. They never, their conscience is clear. Their soul is very clear because they never commit any crime. And they don't weep over their sins keeping awake the whole night. Actually, for the human beings, when they commit any sin, they cannot sleep restful, they cannot take restful sleep at night. They keep on waking and their conscience pricks them. But what they say, that the animals, never they commit any crime, and because of that, they never weep over their sins keeping awake the whole night. They don't make anyone sick by discussing their duty to God, and they never make anyone sick, the poet, anyone. They never say that we have to do this duty, we are having these duties. They never discuss all these things among themselves. Never discuss all this. Now the third stanza is, nor one is dissatisfied, nor one is demented with the many of owing things. Not one kneels to another, nor to his kind that lived thousands of years ago. Not one is respectable or unhappy over the whole earth. So now what he says, that all the animals, they are satisfied with their lot. They are all satisfied what they are having. No one is dissatisfied. No one is dissatisfied. Not one is demented. Demented is actually mentally sick. So no one is mentally sick, okay, about collecting the things. animals don't get mad in the race of owning things like humans, because human beings, they are always rushing, they are all jealous of others, they are committing crimes, they just want to collect things, they want to own many things. They don't, and the animals, they never run after collecting the things. They don't kneel down to show respect to others or to who were born thousands of years ago. And they never show respect to others or to those who were born thousands of years ago. No animal consider himself more respectable than other, and like human beings, they never consider that they are respected or not. They are equally respected. No animal consider himself more respectable than others. And here the human beings, they compare what they think, I am more respectable, he is not. They make such comparison which is not among animals. Nor can you find any animal on this whole earth who is unhappy over his things. So now there is no animal in this world who is unhappy over his things. Okay, so this is the third stanza, and as you can see, it was in second stanza also, and in the third stanza, the first word is same in all the three lines. Not one, not one, not one. So this device is called anaphora. It is also in the second stanza. This is also there, that if you look at the second stanza, it is given they do not, they do not, they do not. So this is also anaphora. So these two stanzas give the examples of anaphora. Now the fourth stanza is, so they show their relations to me and I accept them. They bring me tokens of myself, they evince them plainly in their possessions. So now what the poets say, that they establish a strong relation with me and I accept them. I also accept that relationship. And secondly, what he says, that they bring me tokens of myself. Tokens of myself means the virtues, the qualities which we as human beings possessed, like kindness, innocence. All these qualities are now possessed by animals. They evince them. Evince means they show them plainly in their possession. Now, all these qualities, they are imbibed by these animals. They are no longer in human beings, but they are found in animals. Now the fifth stanza is, I wonder where they get those tokens. Did I pass that way huge time ago and negligently drop them? So now what he says, that he is surprised that where these animals got those tokens, those symbols, those qualities, the innocence, kindness, where they get these qualities from. Now what he says, and in the first line you can see that there is alliteration also, wonder where. So alliteration is also there, anaphora is there, and alliteration. These two devices are used in this poem. And the last line is, did I pass that way huge times ago? Now what he says, that he raises a question, that whether these qualities were possessed by human beings a long time ago. Did they were with us for a long time ago and negligently drop them. Negligently means carelessly, and we as human beings have carelessly dropped, we have left all these qualities long ago, and they are all possessed by the human beings. So now you can understand that how he makes a comparison. He says that how he wants to live in the company of animals, because they are self-satisfied, they are so calm, they are never jealous of others, and he wants to change his position. He wants himself to be an animal rather as a human being, because human beings, they always run after possessions, they are always they are full of hatred, okay, they never help others, they are not innocent, they are not kind, and he wants to enjoy the company of animals, so those who are possessing all these qualities. So this is what the poet questioner raises a question here. This is what he raises here, that we should possess all these qualities in us. As human beings, we should have all these qualities. Only then we can be a good human being. So with that we end this poem. do the question answers, exercises, extracts given in this poem. Thank you.